Rising unhappiness among young people has caused the United States and some large Western European countries to fall down a global well-being index known as the annual World Happiness Report, while Nordic nations retain their grip on the top spots. People in 143 countries and territories were asked to evaluate their life on a scale from 0 to 10, with 10 representing the best possible life. Results from the past 3 years are averaged to create a ranking. In broad terms, the rankings are loosely correlated with countries' prosperity, but other factors such as life expectancy, social bonds, personal freedom and corruption appear to influence individuals' assessments too. The United States dropped out of the top 20 for the first time, falling to 23rd place from 15th last year, due to a big drop in the sense of well-being Americans aged under 30 feel, the report shows. Spring breakers in Miami Beach were generally happy due to their location, but also mentioned the stress of inflation and how it's affected their happiness.
I've definitely seen people that have been happier than me for sure. There's a lot of stuff that that goes on different in their lives and everything, and we go through different solutions and all this and all the time. So definitely people have been happier than me for sure.
I feel like life could be stressful at times, and I feel like here in the U.S. it can be really hard. Different people have their own situations.
Yeah.
But
I think because of how expensive it is to live now, and a lot of people depend on their financial situation to make them happy, and it's the struggle when you don't have the financial stability to live. So I think that's why, because it's hard out here.
yeah.
But
Especially living in New York, it's very expensive,
Yeah.
high taxes, work almost every day out of the
Miami's
week.
expensive too. Everyone's
And,
expensive now.
Well, I think inflation has, made a lot of people struggle more, so that can be true, but I don't know. A lot of people want to come here, so I don't think it's too unhappy.
Students at DePaul University in Chicago expressed a heightened sense of pessimism on Wednesday, citing diminished opportunities and societal pressures as key factors.
I don't think we're to blame so much as the system's kind of coming to a natural conclusion, and we're ending up with a lot less of the opportunities than the previous generations had, so we're going to be a little less happier.
Some of the stuff that has been occurring recently, especially with the political tension and climate, a lot of us, don't really feel a lot of hope for the future. A lot of us, actually, for instance, when I graduated high school, I originally just wanted to leave the United States. I wanted to go to Germany. The political climate here, not just political climate, but also just the climate that we have in the United States is just not something that I think is healthy for a lot of us. I mean, a lot of us have to think about student debt in order to go to college, where in comparison to, countries like Germany or Poland.
While a global ranking of the happiness of those aged 60 and over would place the United States 10th, under 30s life evaluations alone put the United States in 62nd place. Finland remained in the top spot with an average score of 7.7, followed closely by Denmark, Iceland and Sweden, while Afghanistan and Lebanon held the bottom two spots with scores of 1.7 and 2.7 respectively. The findings are at odds with much previous research into well-being, which found happiness highest in childhood and early teens before falling to its lowest in middle age, then rising around retirement. Millennials and younger age groups in North America were significantly more likely than older age groups to report loneliness. While the phenomenon is starkest in the United States, the age gap in well-being is also wide in Canada and Japan, and to a lesser extent in France, Germany and the United Kingdom, which all lost ground in this year's rankings. By contrast, many of the countries with the biggest improvements in well-being are former communist countries in Central and Eastern Europe. There, unlike in richer countries, young people report significantly better quality of life than older people, often on a par or better than in Western Europe.